Good evening. Today is Monday, August 24, 2020. I am Sudarshan Sukhani. As we do every day during weekdays, this webinar talks about intraday trading for the Nifty futures, and we divide this presentation into two parts. The first is we review today's trading. We first analyze what our plans were for the day, how the plans worked in relation to what the market did, and then we talk about what our plans are for tomorrow. The reason why we analyze today's trades is because it is essential to analyze and understand what the market did and how we reacted. When we think about this every day and talk about it, then we develop a practice of reacting almost instantaneously to what the market does, and that reaction is with discipline, because we have a plan and then we react according to the plan and market behavior. Therefore, it is essential that we review what we do almost every day. So we'll review today's trading. On Friday, I explained that, or rather, for today's video, I had explained that that video was made yesterday. That we will either buy the Nifty or do nothing. We will step aside. We have no interest in going short. The Nifty is at the highs of this up move. That's not a good place to go short. So the market actually obliged us. It opened slightly higher with about 40 points of a gap, and then it stabilized for the first 15 minutes. So now we have to also have a way of entering the market. So my ways are, there are two primary ways to enter this market for an intraday trade. The first is I buy the high of the first 15 minutes, and second, if the high is very high or sometimes the gap is very high, the gap between the high and the low of the 15 minutes, then I wait patiently for a market consolidation or a dip to buy. That depends on how the market behaves. So these are the two primary ways in which I try to enter the market. Today, the Nifty, now I'm talking of the Nifty future levels. The Nifty futures opened up, then in the first 15 minutes, it made a high of 11,439 and a low of 11,410. So the range was 29 points. Now 29 points is a very small range. So this is a tradable trade, which means we don't have to worry about a very wide range and where we will put our stop. The trade was then to buy above 11,439. So at 440 I put my buying stop and then wait patiently. Now for the next 45 minutes the market didn't go up. In this, they moved up in that small 28 point range. Did nothing. Eventually somewhere after 10, 10, 5, 10, 10 or somewhere around that time, the Nifty broke out and crossed that 11,339, 340 level, 439, 440 level, and I was long. My stop was triggered and I was long. I'm now long in the market. When my trade gets started, I have to answer two questions to myself. Where is my stop? And second is, do I have a target? Sometimes I don't have a target. But if I have a target, then what is the target? And then I should put it. Now I have a stop today. That stop is very easy. There is a 29 point trading range. The Nifty has just broken out. If the Nifty goes back into that range and breaks the low of that trading range, I think something is going wrong and we don't want to stay, because we have a fair amount of confidence in today's rally. And if that confidence is now getting shaken, it's better to get out. So my stop is just below 11,410. That was the low for the day till then. And I'm not going to find out if there is a lower level. I will get out and get stopped out and take the loss. There's no problem in taking losses. A lot of my trades go into a loss and I have no worries. It's the profits that are more important. The loss is part of the business. It's like a cost of production. Now I put a stop. Now my question is, do I need a target? If yes, I put a target because the market in the morning was very subdued. In that for 40 minutes it moved in the 29 point range. So it did not give the impression of being willing to go, at jet speed and take a big move. So what is the minimum target I should be looking at? The width of the trading range. That width was about 29 points. So just above, just add 29 points to the high, and the minimum target is 11,468. I put my stop at 468, the selling, the profit taking stop, and kept quiet. But the Nifty didn't go there. It came back, it moved. In fact, it came down all the way to 11,420 also, and then it just moved in the 10-15 points. And I was thinking, chalo, theek, okay, I've put a stop target. I don't think this market is going anywhere. This tells you how wrong I can be. And then I was doing some work. I have two screens on my table, and on one the charts are available. On the second screen, I was doing some other work. And just I lifted my head and saw that the Nifty is now at 11,484. So clearly my profit target was touched. I checked, and yes, my long positions were sold, the futures positions. And as I told you, how wrong I can be, and I'm quite often usually wrong. The Nifty went and crossed 500 also. And here I was thinking, oh, the market is doing nothing in the morning. Market doesn't have to do anything. It does what it wants. It is for us to react to the market and try to see whether we can adjust with it. Well, that was my reaction, to have a small profit target. So it was a 28-point profit target, and that's okay. 28 points is not small. It's a lot. I must also tell you that my primary trading is not in intraday futures. It's primarily in weekly options. So on Friday, because the market had already become cheerful, I was long in weekly options, and that long position continues. So I'm sorry for that. I just rolled up the options because the markets had gone up. So if the markets are cheerful, I do benefit in some other way, but the intraday trade is exactly what I have told you. Was there some other way of putting a target? There are many ways of calculating targets, so I'm not going into that part just now, but there could have been. But you have to do what you have done and accept it and be happy about it. Now about tomorrow. Tomorrow I would normally be careful because the Nifty has a fairly large range today, and after that it becomes choppy. But tomorrow may be different for two reasons. First, at the last end of the day, the Nifty had a correction of about 40 points, about. That means when we were closing, there were a lot of weak hands that were stopped out. Then the second point is the US markets seem to be very cheerful. Before, they have not yet opened, but it seems that they are very cheerful. So if we see that cheer in the US markets overnight, and Europe is high, and then it is possible that we may get a follow through of today's rally, which means we can see higher levels tomorrow. But tomorrow I will not look at a 15-minute breakout. I will be looking to buy intraday only if there is a correction or a consolidation, a dip or a consolidation. And where I can then put a tight stop. Tight stops are always essential. They just have to be well located. That's the view for tomorrow. Looking to go long, but not on a breakout, only on a deep or consolidation. And let's see how the market does and what it gives us. I hope you enjoy these videos. I think I've taken a lot of time today. Sorry for that. Enjoy yourself. Jai Hind.